Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck hit straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound, and while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly give some basic informations for yourself to develop very clear spiritual foundation with practicing meditation. So, when it comes to meditation, it is a huge subject. The word meditation used for many reasons. But here, we use that to explain what the Buddha taught. So in the Buddhism, there is a word come bhavana. So that word talk about mental development, mental culture. And so that also explain about tranquilizing, calming down, unification of the mind, settling down the mind. So this kind of qualities. Normally, all over the world, people use meditation for that kind of qualities. But when it comes to this practice, we always have to remember our purpose is developing our mind, cultivating our mind, purifying our mind, and attaining to the Nibbana. So sometimes people, so attaining to the Nibbana means you have to have the idea or intention not to anymore become after your death, or kind of like becoming a human being or go to heaven or go to more better place, so kind of like that. You should not have a desire for that. And even in this very conventional life, to gain something, accumulate something, if you have kind of like a intention to settle down to gain, so that is a different meditation technique. Nothing wrong with that all. But here, we have two mental cultures. So when it comes to this meditation, if you try to tell to somebody that you practice meditation, Sometimes maybe that kind of, so other kind of type meditation, if they practice like that, then maybe they believe you practice the same. And maybe someone else come to you and tell, oh, they practice meditation, maybe then you think, oh, they practice this tranquility and vipassana meditation. It is not like that. So then it is important to know, if somebody tell, oh, I practice meditation, better to know, to ask, what kind of meditation? So here we practice tranquility, samatha and vipassana, tranquility and insight meditation. So when it comes to this both, there are four type of people. So one is very easily they can gain tranquility mind. But it is very difficult for them to gain the vipassana level of mind. Some people, very easily they can gain critical analytical level of vipassana level of mind, but they can't tranquilize the mind. There are some people, they can't do either way. Tranquilizing or vipassana, they can't do both. There are some people, they can tranquilize the mind, and at the same time, they can develop the vipassana knowledge. So then, in case, if you know that your mind calmed down properly, you can tranquilize the mind. But if you can't do the vipassana level, then more and more you have to study about it and you have to develop that. So whatever that you have to understand it, then you have to develop the other part. Somehow, anyone can change their behavior by practicing. So when it comes to basic level of mind, it is very important from the beginning to understand the process of tranquilizing. Because if you are capable to tranquilize the mind by the time, the very next level, vipassana level, you can develop it slowly. So the very nature of the mind, it's always busy here and there. Actually, there is no such a independent organ called mind. Even though in the Western world they talk about the brain, that when it comes to the mind or the consciousness arises as a result of form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. This all need all together the need to arise. It's a combination of things. It's kind of like this light, the power, the bulb, that all are the necessary things together, that everything come together, the light arise. So the wire you can't take as the consciousness or the mind, or the light you can't take as the consciousness. The light doesn't have the bulb itself doesn't have the light. So light is not belong to anything, but that everything together, the light arise. So same light, perception, volition, recognition, form, feelings, this all together, consciousness arise. And that's why practicing meditation allows you to see this mechanism. So from the beginning, to understand the mind, there are certain things that you have to do, because the very nature of the mind always jumping here and there, going here and there. We all have the jumping monkey mind. It's restless, going here and there, holding, grasping, clinging, and even whatever hold. The monkeys, they destroy everything. They break everything. They can't just settle down. So mind the same. Mind always try to clinging to things. And the very nature of the perception also grasping. So because of that, from the beginning, what you need to do, first you have to steady the mind. That is the first step. It's just kind of like, just imagine if the person is running, you have to stop the person. So you have to steady the mind. So that's why we practice the posture. Because behavior of the body affect for the mind also. Through the body, you can talk to the mind. So that's why the posture, practicing posture, unmovable posture, maintaining the posture, by the time will help you to steady your mind. So it's called the steady, the chitta. Chitta means the mind, the thoughts process. And once you steady, once you stop, the very next thing is you have to settle down. Because just imagine there is a person running, and even though you stop the person, again that person can run. There is the current already in the body. So like that mind, even though you steady the mind, anytime it can move here and there. So because of that, you have to settle down and make it more calm and developing some stillness within the mind. So stopping the mind, steady the mind, settling down the mind. And the third quality you have to bring, unify the mind. Why this unified the mind means your mind everywhere, related to past, future, even in the present moment, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that everything work together. It's going here and there. So because of that, you have to unify the mind. Steady the mind, settling down the mind, unified the mind. And the fourth process you have to develop, concentration. So when it comes to this concentration, it's mean, some people explain it as a kind of like a mental equilibrium. Some people say it's kind of like a focusing to something, concentrate to something. It's not. You perfectly balance inside. You not go towards something, even though you have the mental object, You don't look into it. You just settling down. Settling down the inside. And that is a way to concentrate that yourself rather than pondering your mind towards the object. It's a kind of like a perfectly balanced inside. So poor qualities. Those are the poor qualities necessary to develop the tranquility state of mind. Steady the mind, settling down the mind, unified the mind, and the concentration. So that concentration level, some people believe it's kind of like everything, you achieved everything. But having tranquility state itself not going to help to get out of the all these cankers mental formations. So in this level, what is happening? All our five hindrance settling down. That doesn't mean it is not there. It is there, but it is in a kind of like a sleeping mood. Just imagine when you sleep, that all your thinking process, that working abilities, that everything there. But when you sleep, that everything neutral. When you sleep, somebody look at you, and if that person think you can't walk, you can't talk, you can't do anything, because you're sleeping, you don't do that anything. But when you wake up, it's totally different. Same thing in your mind. Sometimes in our day-to-day life, when the mind tranquilizes, all these cankers, mental formations, all this leftover memory, all our dark side go to sleeping mood, neutral mode, and it is there. And sometimes when you settling down to the tranquility state, you think, you forget to deeply observe the inside of the mind. You mesmerize with that feelings feelings arise within the mind, and you settle down with it. But what is the vipassana means? Once the mind settles down, once you have the perfect balance, once you get into the mental equilibrium, you have to start to go deeper into the mind and observe it thoroughly, deeply. And that is where you can see how these things arise in our mind. And that is where you can see the memory. And that is where you can see the cause and effect, how things arise. So if you are capable to little bit move back yourself, reverse yourself and see whatever you experience, there are certain cause and effect. There's nothing else. So once you understand this basic principle, you are capable to apply that understanding to your day-to-day life. So understanding this basic principle is very necessary. When you know that this everything related to the cause and effect, that is the basic principle of the karma. Karma means not something coming behind you. Karma means related to your actions, there are reactions. One way. So karma depend on, it's according to the intention. So that is why all the cause and effect, causality depend on the, not just the mere level of action, it's depend on the intention. So if you don't see the intention, sometimes that things happen to you, when it come to you and you don't understand, you start to question, why it happened to me like this? I used to be good and I used to be nice and I used to do this, that, but still why it happened to me like this? Of course, on the surface level, you was nice, but deeper, you didn't recognize the intention. It was there related to your greed, hatred, and the delusion. With the greed, you can be good. With hatred, you can be good, nice. With ignorance, you can be so good. And everybody may be like you. You do all the silly things and make other people laugh and, and everybody love you. Why they love you? Because you do very ignorant things, silly things. And you think you are good. They think you are good. But this ignorance by the time create some kind of result. So that's why always you have to look into yourself, go into deeper and see the intention, that when the thoughts arise, see this boiling nature and from where it comes, why it arises like that. So because once you see it, that seeing and recognizing is the important part. No, you no need to do anything. That only once you see, from there, you know what to do. There are many, many ways that you can take it out, but first you have to see it. After you recognize that your mind, your intention have this kind of things, your mind has this kind of behavior, then you can work for that. But if you don't see it, what's the point talking about how to do things after you say? Because then it's not going to applicable. So first, that's why having tranquility state allow you to see your mind, your intention. And once you see that, you can change your all mental actions. You can change your intention. That is where you gain the freedom little by little, little by little. So then always remember, practicing meditation means not just go towards something. So we trying to purify our mind. We trying to bring the clarity to our mind, to see deeper our intention. once you see that, you are in a good place. So in this very lifetime as a human being, if you are capable to gain that, and once you have that, you know what is this world, you know how things come to be as they are. All the answers for your questions, it's inside you. There was a monk, young monk, and he had a very old teacher. So this monk, when he traveled, he used to have a little mirror, like, pocket mirror. Sometimes you have on your pocket, your handbag, you have a mirror. Wherever you go, you look, and sometimes, you do your makeup little bit. So this monk also have that kind of little mirror. And then one day, his teacher, old monk, was so disappointed and thought, oh, this monk, this young man, he is so into his all self-centered life, and he always more focused to himself. He's always trying to kind of like become attractive to others, so kind of like always try to, look nice, beautiful. And then one day, the teacher found a time and asked, by the way, why you have that mirror? Why you everywhere go and you take this mirror with you? What's the point that you always looking at your face and, you know? So then the student told, oh, Venerable, I take the mirror for a reason. When there is a difficulty come, when there is a doubt arise, when there is a anger arise, when there is a unbalance arise, I take the mirror and look at myself and tell to myself all the solutions inside me. And the teacher was shocked. And it's a kind of like a self-reflection. So like that, always you have to remember, everything then that go inside your mind, even though you think that solutions in the outside, that everything inside. There is no way that outside you can find solutions. The very basic principle, the pain, kind of like sadness, worry, where it arises? It arises inside you. So then maybe you have the people around you. So they never go to inside you. They are stay. Even though they live together in your house, they never stay so close to yourself. So they stay a little bit. They keep their distance. They go here and there. They do their work. Basically, we all have our own space. And if you look back, maybe from the beginning, they didn't They never used to be in our life. On the way, we found them. Even your brothers, sisters, or your husband, wife, your friends, your partners. And once a while, you used to meet them. But now, because of them, if you have the deeper inner sadness, worry, disappointment, you have to look into how this person or these things went to inside you, how it went. Because you didn't inject anything. How this went? Because the pain come from inside. So that all created by the memory and the conditioned mind. And if you recognize that, it's your thoughts. All the pain will disappear. Because there's nobody going inside you and give the pain. No, your thoughts. You build up that thoughts, and now that thoughts bothering you. So that's why, even though sometimes you forget things, see that when you forget something, it is not belong to you. It's not in your world. But when it comes to your mind, it is very difficult to handle. So that's mean, if it is in our mind, the way we keep it in our mind, the way we react to it, bring this all. It's not about the outside world. Finally, the world means our own mind. So then it is better yourself little bit look into that and be aware about it. You can change the world. How you can change the world? Start to observe your mind, because your mind is the world. Conventionally, this outside, there is a world. That world going to be okay. It has a way how to be balanced itself. Because of that world, you no need to go crazy. You no need to be sad, worried, disappointed, unhappy. Because of anything that in the outside world. Whatever outside. Don't be sad, worried, disappointed, unhappy. Because it is not that outside, it is your inside mind. So deeply when you go to the Vipassana level, this is what you understand. Once you have that understanding, you become free from your own mind. That is where your liberation comes. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Supateva, oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So, in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.